Good morning, you guys. It is Nicci, the Glow Coach, creator of the Glow Code. Um, I just was thinking about everything that's been going on and this kind of push to move the conversation about everything that's happening toward, property destruction, property damage, the loss of business, and things of that nature. And, I have a couple thoughts about that. First, I kind of feel like first things first, like let's be courageous enough and disciplined enough to actually face the actual issue at hand. Let's have courage and discipline to stay focused on the weightier matters. Let's not allow the media or anybody else to shift our narrative and have us majoring in the minor. In my mind, property damage is minor and compared to the senseless and violent loss of life or the violent taking of life. So number one, my main thought is, okay, yeah, property damage. I kind of hear that, but I'm not trying to hear it right now because we got other things that are more important that we're focusing on, which are the weightier matters, specifically the racialized policing in this country, um, the systemic, widespread, nonstop, 365 days a year oppression in Black communities, the killing of Black people, oftentimes sanctioned by the state. The killing engaged in by state agents. That's what we're focusing on right now. We're not focusing on broken windows right now. And when we do start talking about broken windows, let's make sure we focus on who I see in these videos, seemingly orchestrating and largely participating in the breaking of the windows. Let's talk about that. And another thing that I wanted to mention, and this is probably like the most important point I want to make because, I am a former assistant district attorney in the Bronx. I am currently a defense attorney and I am formerly a prosecutor or an executive agency counsel at the New York City Civilian Complaint Review Board. If you want to talk about looting, you want to talk about property damage or property destruction and theft, if we're going to have that conversation, especially in this context, we also need to talk about the looting that goes on widespread throughout this country in police departments across the country in asset forfeiture departments, where police departments basically loot Black communities of their resources. We need to talk about asset forfeiture and how it is racialized and how it is used to divest funds and divest resources and finances from Black communities. I've had cases where a client was arrested. Client had a sum of money on their person at the time of being arrested. The police voucher it as evidence, but I file habeas motions. I get the case dismissed. Case dismissed, thrown out. This is not a case no more. No crime was committed here in this context. Case dismissed. And the police department and the DA's office seek to keep the property that they vouched as evidence, even though the case was dismissed as part of their asset forfeiture program, where police departments fund themselves by basically looting Black communities. I've had to then file a motion, which means that this Black person now has to go and scrape up money to pay me to write a motion, to argue a motion so that they can get property back on a case that was dismissed. The DA actually comes into court and argues that they should get to keep the money that they took off of this person at the time of arrest, even though the case was subsequently dismissed. If that's not looting or an attempt to loot or ongoing scheme of looting that goes on in cities across the country, I don't know what is. So if you're going to talk to me about a broken window, you're also going to need to talk to me about how the state in the form of police departments is currently and has been for decades looting the resources out of Black communities and divesting funds out of Black communities. I had a case where a person, an individual, he wasn't even arrested. He didn't even have a case against himself, but for whatever reason, the police believed that his vehicle was used by someone else to commit a crime. So my client, not arrested, they didn't believe that he had anything to do with the crime, but they believed that his vehicle was used by someone else in a crime. They asked him to come down and talk to them, give him a statement. He said, "I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to no police. I don't know nothing about nothing. My car's been parked right here. I ain't got nothing. I got no rap for y'all." They towed his car, took it to the impound. The person whose car it is charged by the impound for their car to be at the impound by day. So he was charged $30 to $40 a day for his car to be in the impound. He can't get his car back until the police release to him his voucher ticket, basically proving that he's the person who legally the car can be released to. So the police impound his car. The impound company's charging him $40 a day for his car to be there, but he can't get his car back until the police give him the voucher ticket. The police refuse to give him a voucher ticket because he didn't want to give a statement. So now this person again has to go scrape up money to pay me to file and argue a motion in court for him to get his car back. He's got to pay me. He's got to pay a $130 filing fee with the court to file a motion to get his property back. Is that not looting? Is that not state sanctioned looting? Now you've now deprived the black community, this black man, of hundreds of dollars of money unnecessarily. In this particular case, all in a scheme to pressure him to come in and give a statement. As they were holding this man's car, when they would see him around town, he would say, "Can I have my car back?" They would say, "Come down and talk to us, and then we'll talk about getting your car back." This is real life. This is happening every day across the country. So if we're going to talk about property rights, we're going to talk about property damage, let's have a serious conversation about asset forfeiture policies in police departments across the country that are literally stealing, looting money out of black communities. All right. I don't know if that's a glowing message, but it's just something, that was on my mind that I wanted to come and share with you guys. I know it's a lot going on. I know the devil is busy, but he stay busy. He been busy. That just means we got to get busy too. So for me in my house, I, for one, won't be out here marching in the streets because I made up my mind that these people marching is not going to change these people's minds. These people are wicked and evil. And, I'm not going to expend my energy in marching, but I'm not knocking nobody else's hustle. I would rather expend my energy in my community, building in my community, and exerting my energy inward rather than exerting it outward, trying to beg a demon to recognize that I'm a human. I'm just not doing that. But I love you guys. I want you guys to keep glowing. Let's be strong. Let's remember who we are. We are daughters of the Most High. We are chosen by God. We're going to be okay. Let's stay in the safe space. And the only safe space is in the will of the Most High. So let's do that. Let's keep glowing. Let's keep shining our light. Let's keep availing ourselves to be instruments of peace and of love in this world. Let's take up the mantle that has been given to us by the Most High to be a light in the world. And if ever some light was needed, now is a time where we need to show light. But part of light is the truth. We don't have to mince words. We don't have to kowtow. We don't have to, allow people to change the narrative. We don't have to, it's not our job to make other people comfortable. Just tell the truth. The truth needs no defense. Okay, so that's all I had to say. I hope you guys comment. I hope you guys follow. I have some really great content coming up soon featuring amazing believers, baddies, and bosses, black women from various fields of endeavor who are doing amazing, amazing work. I just actually did a video conference last night with the General Counsel of the NAACP, the national organization. I had about an hour-long conversation with Miss Jeanette McCarthy-Luard. She is the interim general counsel of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. So those are the types of women that I've been speaking with, and I can't wait to share that video and the series of videos with you guys. So follow the page, hit the link in my bio, and join my email list. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Know the code, live the code, light the world. Peace.